Hey guys, it's Annie, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be my first plan with me in my bullet journal for 2021, which is my January setup obviously. And if you haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more art and bullet journal content from me. And without further ado, let's get right on with the video. So the theme I chose for this month is a dog theme, and the reason for this is because I'm getting a dog in January and I'm really excited, and I thought it would be nice for me to be able to look back and remember that this is the month I got a dog, and yeah, so I'm really excited for that. And the doodles themselves are quite simple, and I really love the use of the bright colours I used. I mainly used zebra mild liners, which I am obsessed with lately, and right now I'm just drawing out the outline and fine liner and adding some bone doodles just because I thought it would be nice to fill the space, as I'm kind of going for a more minimal look by doing less dogs and more like small doodles. As you will see, I will add them later on, and I'm just colouring in the dogs with like greys and browns and like whites and blacks and stuff, and then I will add some little details in using my colours. Yeah, so as I said earlier, I'm going to add like some scribbles, some stars and some dots and lines and lots of different little doodles like that just to fill the space, and I thought it would look really cute as well, as it really goes with this theme. Also about the fonts. The font I used for January is a really simple cursive font in my fine liner. I was going to do some calligraphy, but I thought it would be too much with all the doodles and the colours, so I decided to go more minimal. And for the quote, I just used a very narrow uppercase font, and I think it looks really cute and just ties it all together. So now moving on to my calendar spread. So as usual, I'm doing a double page calendar, and January is very satisfying because it ends, like the last day is a Sunday, which makes the calendars very satisfying and easier for me to draw, I guess. And I decided to do it, and I think I used a 0.5 fine liner to draw the grid, and then I went in with my mild liners to do the numbers, and then as usual I did the font for January. I did the cursive kind of font at the top for January, and then I did the days of the week in the thin uppercase font I did, and then surrounding the calendar I did lots of dog doodles again and some scribbles and some dots like usual, and then down the side I did my YouTube and Instagram growth trackers so I can see how I'm doing during the month of January. So now moving on to my habit tracker, and this month I thought before I have done a landscape habit tracker, and I really like how that worked. And most of the time I would do these mini grids and just filled for each habit and just filled it in like that. But I thought I would get the best of both worlds this time, as in the landscape one, I'm not a huge fan, as the main disadvantage for me is that you can't see how I'm doing like on like a weekly basis, as it's mainly just like the month. But on the mini calendars I can see how well I'm doing like a weekly. Like as for the workout and yoga, I try to do yoga like once or twice a week and work out 5 times a week, and same goes for the Instagram and YouTube. So I decided for those 4 habits to do a grid instead of going for the landscape habit tracker. So now move on to the mood tracker. I decided to do one of the most simple mood trackers, which is the circular one, as I think it looks really cute, and in the end I had to do 32 segments as instead of 31, because I couldn't really divide 31 easily into 360. And I did measure the segments out beforehand using a protractor. I didn't just go freehand, otherwise that probably would have not ended very well. So just letting you guys know. And then I did some dog doodles, and then did the key at the bottom, so I know what colour to colour in each segment on each day depending on my mood. So this next thread is a new one I decided to try. I mean, I have done it in past months, but I don't do it on a regular basis. So I decided to split my page into 2 and like 2 different graph style boxes. So the first one is tracking my sleep. So I did the hours from 8 p.m. until 8 a.m. so I can see how long I sleep for. And then the second one is for tracking my steps, productivity and screen time, and I did a key at the top, so I can just do a dot from 1 to 10 depending on how well I do on that day. And I think it's just a very compact but functional spread. And now one of my favourite spreads to set up in the month, which is my monthly playlist spread, and I love these so much. And on Spotify I have made an actual playlist for January 2021, and as usual I made a playlist for the whole of 2021 so far. So each month I will add the songs I have added in my bullet journal, if that makes sense. So I'll link those both down below, and you can follow me on Spotify if you liked. And the songs I added this month are Prisoner by Dua Lipa and Miley Cyrus, Teach Me How to Love by Shawn Mendes, and Look Up at the Stars, also by Shawn Mendes from his new album, and then No Time for Tears by Nathan Dawe and Little Mix. And this is a very simple spread, but I do really love the end result. So now moving on to my workout log and my exercise tracker, and you may be thinking that these spreads are the same, but let me just explain how these both work. So the workout log, I did numbers from 1 to 31, and then I will, using the key I will write soon on the left page, I will write what muscle or what part of my body I did that day, like abs, arms, or full body, or whatever. So I'll write that in, and then I'll write the total time I did. So I will use the color coding so I can see at a glance how many days I worked abs, how many days I worked booty or whatever, and I can see and how many rest days I had, just so I can track my progress and how I'm doing. And the exercise tracker is one I have been doing regularly for the past few months, and I will have minutes from 5 to 90, so I can see how long I've been working out for, and I will use the key on the left. So yeah, that's basically how those spreads work, and these are very functional spreads, and I really do love using them. So now moving on to the final spread for the setup, which is, as per usual, my first weekly spread for the month of January. And this month is starting on the 4th, as the 1st, 2nd and 3rd I'm doing in my last bullet journal for December. And also just mentioning that if you haven't checked out my 2021 bullet journal setup or my 2020 bullet journal flip through, they'll both be linked down below for you to check out how I've been doing my past bullet journal and how I set up this year's bullet journal. And now moving back onto this spread, I did a horizontal layout. So I did 4 days on the first page and then 3 on the second page, and then at the bottom of the last page I did a quote saying live with intention, which I think is very short and sweet and simple, but it does motivate me every day as I'm looking at my bullet journal. And in the center I did some doodles, and I tried to limit all the doodles to the center just to make sure there was enough for me to plan and just to bring the whole spread together. And I do really like how it ended up. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more bullet journal content from me. And without further ado, let's get right on to the final flip through. And yeah, bye guys, see you next time.